Hey, what's up, DFS Rico? Coming at you with my picks and insight for this LPL LCK 5-game slate on Thursday, April 16th. Before I get started, if you can like, subscribe, comment at the end of the video if you got any questions. Let's get started. First thing I like to do is go through the favorites in the LPL and the LCK early on. Vegas has Billy Gaming as the biggest favorites on the slate over Victory 5. Then you got Fun Plus Phoenix over LGD Gaming, second biggest favorites. Then you got eStar and Top Esports as a toss-up. And in the LCK side, you got HLE over Griffin, slight favorites, and Dragon X is the third biggest favorites over APK. So early on, just running through the teams. I'm looking at teams like Billy Gaming, which aren't the greatest team, but they are way better than Victory 5. Victory 5 has only still won one game all season. One game out of 29 games. 0 matches they've won. They're just terrible. If somebody's going to make some money the day they decide to break out, for sure. But I don't think it'll be this week. So, like, in cash early on, I can see me playing BLG, FPX, DRX. Those are the three main teams I'd be looking at in cash, for sure. GPPs. I mean, eStar has the biggest upside on the slate, for sure. But you can also play the other side with Top Esports. They are the cheaper team out of both of them. eStar is the most expensive team on the slate. Not even big favorites, and they're just like that just because when they have great games, they all pop off. But as far as upset potential, I don't really see too much today. Maybe LGD can do what they were doing the last three matches before this last one and show up, but I highly doubt it. They're playing FPX, the defending champions. It's like, I don't expect FPX to lose against them. But if I'm looking at GPPs, it's really just finding a way to get Top Esports in there, honestly. It's probably my favorite GPP play, for sure. But just going through it, like I mentioned, eStar is going to be the most expensive team on the slate. They have the highest upside on the slate, for sure. So if you are playing a GPP, you might want to find a way to include them, and maybe if you throw a dart with one of the other teams, if you really believe someone's going to win me, I'll probably play it a little passive today and just find a way to play these comps, the favorites, and maybe put a jungler or a mid laner at the top, the captain spot, which might be hard to do, but I'll try it out. But I do like Xiao Bai for sure for eStar. Khan, I believe, is still starting for FPX. Let me check. Started last time out. Gimgoon started the last time out, so you got to be careful on who's going to start in that lineup. So I think by tomorrow we should know who's going to be starting. So just look out for that. Like I mentioned, Billy Gaming is the biggest favorites on the slate, so I see no issue with playing Kingen if you really believe they're going to win by that much. Doesn't have crazy upside, but for cash I do see me playing them. Not so much in GPPs. And then you got Wei, the best jungler in the jungle position. Best jungler on the slate. Highest upside on the slate. 100+ point upside continuously this season. 25.6 assists per match leads the slate. Second best jungler in my opinion on the slate. If you're going to play the other side is Peanut. If you are going to do the upset with LGD, Peanut would be the main player you want in your stack for sure. Tion for FPX hasn't been performing as good as last season, but 19.8 assists per game isn't too bad. It's mainly the guys I mentioned in GPPs in cash. Pyosick, obviously, for Dragon X. Do like him as well. Not crazy upside, but he's a player I'd include in my stack if I am playing them in cash. That's actually a team I forgot to mention. Oh, I did mention them. Yeah, for sure. Back to the mid laners. You got Cryan, 12.9 kills per match, 18.8 assists, crazy high upside. I mean, he had that 150-point game versus Team WE a couple days ago. Doing B, fantastic player for sure, 11.0 kills per match, 17.5 assists. If you're playing Fun Plus Phoenix, he's a guy to make sure I include. If you're playing the upset for TES, Knight's the main guy you're going to want in there. Probably has top 3 upside on the slate. One of the best mid laners, one of the best players in the league, honestly. Just went out and put up 128 last time out. They were on a slump before they got to play V5, so maybe that little that easy matchup might put him back in the right direction. Chovy for DRX. If you are playing DRX, he's for sure one of the 2 players I'd make sure I include in my stacks. Heavily favorited over APK. I do see him beating him in cash. I see them good, and you might be able to fit him in GPPs because I do believe they are a bit underpriced for sure. AD carry, you got Wink up top. Highest upside of any player on the slate, in my opinion. He's just been doing it more continuously throughout the season between him and Crying. 11.5 kills per match, 18.1 assists per match. LWX for FPX. Jin Zhao for BLG if you're going to be going that way. With the heavy favorites for sure. No crazy upside, but they are heavily favored, so you might just want to be with the crowd in cash specifically. Daft for DRX. I do believe a lot of these X guys are just super underpriced. Insanely underpriced for the matchup and for how good of upside they do have. So GPPs, I'd for sure be looking at them. But I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone else will. And you got Kramer for LGD. If you are going to be playing them, Kramer and Peanut are the 2 guys I would include for that upset. Then Jackie Love returned last time out. I'm pretty sure he'll play again versus E-Star since they are making that playoff push. He finished with 7 kills and 23 assists, had way more deaths. He had 11 deaths the entire match, but he does have crazy upside. He's relatively new this season, that's why he only has 1 match, but if anyone does watch and play, you know how good of a player he is. He's a really good player. He's probably top 380 carry in the world. But I think that's really it at AD carry, and obviously if you're playing against DRX, if you're playing APK hybrid, it's going to be the key guy you want for sure. 11.4 kills per match, 7.7 assists per match. I think he's second highest AD carry on the slate as far as kills per match. So hybrid is the main guy you want to play if you are playing APK. Supports, I mean, you got Chelsea at the top, leads the slate, 25.1 assists per match. Crisp, 25.3, actually, 25, he actually passed him this last time out. 25.3 assists per match, so Crisp actually leads the slate on assists. Between him and Chelsea, you can't go wrong. Carrier, no crazy upside, but I mean, if you're trying to save, honestly, he's probably the guy to look at if you're playing Dragon X for sure. I think Yuya and Gia started the last time out against V5, so they return to that same bot lane. You might want to pair him up with Jackie Love if you do play them together. Killua, if you are playing LGD, is the 3rd player I'd include in that LGD stack. It had to be Kramer, Peanut, and then Killua for LGD if I am playing that stack. Those are the 3 priorities that I would have for sure. But I think that's it. I mean, went through the positions who I like for each team specifically. For cash, like I mentioned, BLG, FPX, DRX is where I'm looking. GPPs, I'm looking at E-Star, Top Esports, and if you're really looking to go crazier, I mean, you got APK and LGD for sure. That's the farthest I'll go. I probably won't play any Victory 5 Griffin or HLE, and like I mentioned, I don't play a lot of like crazy entry tournaments, just single entries or 3 entries, and cash is all really I play. So this is specifically more for those people, but I mean, you can still incorporate it over to anything, honestly. Just try to be creative. 4-2-1 stacks is usually what I try to do in GPPs, and then 4-3s in cash is usually what I end up doing. Teams usually, the team slots usually where I'm more versatile, as long as I pick a team that I do believe is going to win. Probably save that money and just play Dragon X or HLE as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.